Hi, my cuticle cuties. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are transforming these nails. Yes, they are getting refilled, cut down, and reshaped. I've been having this particular style on for about 2.5 weeks, and I'm over it. Plus, I wanted to be able to do a video with you guys. So, stay tuned for the transformation. Okay, so I'm going to start off by, I always start off by pushing my cuticles back. I wasn't going to come film today, but the Saints lost the football game and it started raining, so it's like, bored. And my husband watching other football games, and I have no interest in that. I got my little earbuds in, listening to some music because I ain't trying to get no copyright strike. So I hope I don't start singing for a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't sound good. Number two, I'm going to be embarrassed because I don't want y'all to hear how I sound. Alright, now that I have my cuticles pushed back, we're going to get right into it, okay? I'm using my McCart drill. I ain't got no promo code, and they ain't paying me to do this promotion, so you can look it up on Amazon. I brought it. It was like $100, so I do like it though. I'm gonna keep it real. I do like it. All right. So I usually go in on a higher speed to get this polish off. Oh, no. First, wait. Yeah. I'm going to do a reshape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these down. I think I'm going to go with a coffin. So, yeah. I'm going to cut these down. I'm using these nail clippers. I probably should be using my little thingy thing, but I like to use this. This set been on like about 2 months. Honestly, I probably need to do a soak off, but I don't want to do that right now because I'm going on a trip in another month, and I want to do a fresh set then. And you know, when you do nails, you don't really have time to be just redoing your nails willy-nilly like that. Although sometimes I be wanting to, because I see something that I want to do, and like I know I don't have time to do that. What I'm doing now is, you know, when you do your own nails, well, me, when I do my own nails, sometimes, you know, one might be longer than the other on this hand, for my right hand, and I don't even be tripping because you about to see the struggle I be going through. Everybody always asks me like, you able to do your own nails? Yes, but it's not like super duper easy. It's challenging sometimes. Certain angles, certain shape. Like this shape, I grew to love this shape, honestly. It's just that over the 2 months it growing out, it has gotten too long to my working standards. You know, it kind of get in the way when I'm doing certain things as far as working with my clients, but I was pretty cool with it. And it's going to be taken down just a little bit more once I actually, you know, shape it up. So, and I know you might say, well, you didn't take off much, but y'all know how it is when you just take down like a tiny bit. It makes a big difference. So right now I got the speed on 18, and that way it's gonna take down this polish. Take this polish off. I was thinking about downloading an app so I can go live. It's just to have it in real time and y'all watch me doing the whole process. But then I was like, baby girl, you only got 100 and like 14 subscribers. You're not guaranteed to have no views. And then I came to reality. I'm like, you know what? You're right. You're right. You're right. But you never know who to watch the replay. But I'm going to wait. And at this point, I like to go in just a little bit and just like take my drill and just like kind of like even it up at this point. Just a tad bit. Because like I said, when I go in with the file to reshape it, and as you can see, I kind of still have some on the side. I don't too much trust this this bit on my skin. Getting too close to my skin. So I'm going to keep it real. I go in with my fine sanding bands and I catch the very fine edges and then clean up my natural nail and stuff like that. Let me just readjust this. So I do this to all of my fingers first. It's pretty cool how much people these days really do their own nails. I wish I knew how to do this when I was in school and I didn't have no money, because I've always liked getting my nails done. But you know, when you ain't got no money, you got to get money from your parents. Baby, I had to earn that money. All I needed me was a hot 20 and I was straight to the nail shop. And I was straight to the nail shop. Go and get that little full set. But I used to wear press-ons and everything. It used to be like $1. They was plain. They ain't like they is now. I like going in the store and just looking at the press-ons. I'd be like, damn, I'm gonna take this earbud out until one of my people come live. And I look, what I should have did before I started, but you know I'm recording and there's a lot of things I'm not gonna be doing in order. But these rhinestones, I do take them off. At least I try to take them off before I start. Sometimes them mugs do not be want to come off and I be mad. I be like, okay, now it's time to come off. The set I want to do, the style I want to do today is going to be a lot of bling. So I'm going to keep this set on. I'm going to keep this style till my trip. So this style going to be on for 3 weeks. Almost, about 3.5 weeks. Yep. Anytime I do like nails with full bling on it, I be wanting to keep them up for at least 3 weeks. Because number one, it still look good. I want it to last. I want to be able to wear it and let it be shown for, you know, longer times. Plus, you know, all that work I did on it, I want to be able to rock them for longer than 2 weeks. I usually go 3 weeks before I do a refill, but I don't know if it's something I'm eating or what. Baby, it been having my nails growing way more than I want them to grow, way faster than I want them to grow. I was gonna do this like next Sunday or Monday on my off day. That'll make my 3-week mark. But well, actually Wednesday gonna make my 3-week mark for these nails. But I would have been able to do the video at least Sunday or Monday on my off day. But then, like I said, the game went off. Nothing else to do, so that's why I'm doing it now. Now, this right here is the not so quick part. This is my 9 dominant hand. So I kind of like be like an amateur on it. Nevertheless, baby, I get the job done. So I just do little strokes like this to get the bulk of the color off. And I save all the around my cuticles and my skin. I definitely go in with a fine sanding band with my 9 dominant hand, because I ain't trying to take off all my meat, and I don't want to see no blood. So we're not doing that. So we're going to be careful. I'm going to take my time, and I'm going to get it done. Without any major issues. Alright. So I'll continue to do this on this hand, and I'll come back with mine. I'll come back with the, when I'm on the fine sanding band. So like I was saying, I'm going with my sanding band. That way I can get closer to my skin and touch my natural nail. Go in and clean around the cuticle and get ready for my refill. And I have it on a low speed, because at this point I'm just making everything rough, making sure I don't have any polish left, removing any shine, getting all that polish that I left on the side. Alright, I'm going to go right close in around my hypernipium. I'm sorry, my epinipium. I got this mask on because, let me tell you one thing, this dust. So I hope I'm not being too muffled when I speak, because that dust is something serious. when I'm working on others, I wear a face mask and a shield, a face shield, for the help with this dust. I be turning them fingers all kind of ways to get the job done when I'm working on myself. It's not, you know, that bad when you're doing somebody else because they're right in front of you and you're able to work like this. But when you're working on your own self, baby, you got to get way up here sometimes. Don't talk about when I be shaping. When I'm shaping myself, like when I had them almond shape, I find that was the hardest shape to do to myself. I find it challenging when I'm doing it to others as well. If they don't, if they're not holding their hand, like, and it's hard to explain, but like some people, their hand just be turned like kind of crooked. So when you have to adjust your whole, like your whole body to be able to make sure they nail straight. It's kind of hard to explain, but anyway. So I'm just going in real close with this band, removing all that polish that I had left on there. Because I don't mind this touching my skin. It won't cut me because it's on a low speed. And it's just not sharp like that extra fine bit that I had to remove the polish. See how I left that polish close to my cuticle? Cuticle area. For some reason, I mean, I've always been able to work with my non-dominant hand since I was a young girl. I used to polish my nails. And my non-dominant hand would always be just as cute as my right hand. And people would ask me, like, if I did my own nails, how, like the younger girls, how I was able to do it. I just don't know. I guess I was destined to be a nail tech. I don't know. I can write with my left hand. I'm right-handed. I can write left-handed because in school I used to want it to be left-handed. So I used to act like I was left-handed. I used to like take notes and stuff. So I got pretty good at writing. It's legible. It's very legible. When I write with my left hand, it looks better than some people that write with the. It look better than people that write when they're writing with their dominant hand. Put it like that. So all that off. So now I'm just going in with my favorite young nail file, one of my favorites, and I'm just doing my shape. Now what I do here is I go in with my file and I clean up my sides. If there was any polish that I didn't catch with the drill, if I didn't want to lose my shape, if my shape was already in place, I just kind of hit it with the file, like to catch those very fine sides like that. Now what I'm doing here, I'm shaping But I'm also like cleaning up, so when I go in for with my application, with this point is a refill. In this case, it's a refill. I'm laying down my my foundation, like setting myself up. After I do all that, the refill and all that, I still come back in and crisp up my shape. A lot of people will say like, why you do that twice? Well, at this point, I'm just like setting myself up. After I lay my application, I like to go back in there and just make sure nothing got out of place and all that. You know, a lot of people say save time and skip the filing right now and just file it after. I mean, yes, you can do that. You absolutely can. Whichever works for you. How many of you do your own nails? Let me know in the comment section if you do your nails. And if you know any tips and tricks, that something I'm doing now that I can do and have a better outcome, a quicker outcome, hey, let me know. I'm always open for new ideas. One thing I told myself when I started doing nails, I'm always going to leave myself open to learn more, because like anything, things change, styles change, and the nail world changed rapidly. Things change rapidly. Like there's always a new trend. There's this new trend out now that I want to do. All right, there's a lot of things I want to do, but this one I just keep seeing in my feed. I'm gonna do it. I'm definitely gonna do it. Video coming. I ain't gonna say soon, cause I don't know how soon, but I'm gonna do it. So I'm about to dehydrate with this swipe. It's by Young Nails. And I just put it in a smaller thing. And as stated in a previous video, when you're constantly using your fingers, that would dehydrate that as well. So I started using this brush, and I just go in and I just get just the top part where I'm going to refill. Dry that out where my natural skin is showing. I mean, my natural nail has grown out. That's it. So as I set up for my refill, I will be using Young Nails Speed Clear. And I have Young Nails Liquid Monomore as well. Alright. And I'm going to use the primer that I love by Young Nails as well. So, on top of the new growth, I go in twice. Try not to flood the cuticle. And I like to do one hand at a time. My brush is a Young Nails brush too. It been through something. But I have a new one on standby. But you know you want to reserve that in case you really, really, really need it, because these mugs are not cheap. And it's a number 12. It's my favorite. I've been using this one for over a year now. So I'm going to go in with a small bead. I'm going to place it right before the new growth, and then kind of like push it up. Don't worry if it floods your cuticle a tad bit. Just go ahead and catch it before it dries. I'm not too hard on myself when I'm doing my nails as far as possibly flooding the cuticle, because guess what? It may happen. I'm doing my own nails. I'm hard on myself, but not that hard. Small bead. And I just walk it around where I need it to go. And swipe down. Because I didn't have like a bunch of lifting or anything like that, I'm just actually just refilling at this point. You know, sometimes you have people they have a lot of lifting, so you have to go in and readjust a lot of areas. So that would be good on another demonstration. I did have some lifting on my right thumb, so you'll see me fix that. I'm being extra brave now. I'm gonna let you guys see me refill this whole 9 dominant hand. So I kind of like go in with a drier bead with this, so I won't have a whole lot of flooding. And you know, it's okay. I don't stick with a certain bead method or whatever. I do what I gotta do. So I see I had some right there that I didn't catch. And when I say that, if you're familiar with that, a lot of people say, you know, I use the 3 bead method, I use the 1 bead method. Baby, if I need to use 5 beads, I'm using 5 beads. It is what it is. So I'm just placing it right before my new root. And just kind of like pushing it up. And then push it down. I do like to do perfection when I'm doing it like right now, but sometimes that's not always the case, and you just have to go in and fix it. And on this nail that I got some that gray polish had got underneath my nail, I know what it is, so I'm not like tripping. I probably would have been if I didn't know. Been paranoid. I had to go back in with that bead and fix that. So now I'm on the middle finger. Wipe off any excess. I forgot I was recording. Got a little quiet for a second. I had primed this hand off camera. So, I don't know if I said that yet. And the side thumb has some lifting, a very small bit. So what I'm gonna do is first, I like to go in when I'm working on myself anyways, and just catch that area by itself. Alright. Caught that area where the lifting was by itself. Now because I got a big wide thumb and I'm on myself, I break it down in 2 sections. Alright, I go from one side to the next. So I get a bead. So I got that half done. Alright. I'm gonna go in with another small bead. And I'm just gonna drop it right there. And get this side done. Blend it in like that. Alright. I hope I was in range with that. Alright. I like to check them all out. And I notice right here on my middle finger, a little small bit. I'm telling you, I be holding these fingers all kind of way. And as you can see, it kind of came off the slide on the side, no problem. Take and clean it up just like that. Boom. Put that in place. White. Alright, check everything out. Yep. I think we're good to go. Now, I clean off my brush like that. I like to hydrate it because it's clean. Now, as you can see, the way this brush was, I used to have product all up here. That's why it ate through the paint. That was over a year ago. I've been doing nails for 2 years now. So, progress. But I'm still keeping my brush even though it's not so cute. But like I said, I hydrated it back. I wipe off the excess. And it's good. So now I'm just going to go in after the refill on medium speed. I got it on 9. Just going in. Making it flush around the cuticle. Blending that in. I gotta remember I'm recording. So I just go around the cuticle, make everything flush, and just kind of like blend in rather than refill. And if I'm doing like I'm doing myself, if I had a little bulk anywhere, take that down. If I'm doing anybody else and I created a little bulk in the mix of refilling or putting on a new set, I take it down at this point. So I'm just getting right around my cuticles and making it tight. I want everything to be in the right thickness all around. If one side too thick, I want the other side to be too thick. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be the same size all around. You know, even on myself, like people ask me all the time, you know, like how long it takes me to do my nails. Well, honestly, it depends. It takes me the same amount of time to do them, regardless if the refill or full set. Why, I don't know. To actually get the nail on and with the acrylic. But the actual design, depending on how I'm creating them, that may take more time than others. Anytime I'm doing bling, it takes a little longer because there is no machine to spit out the bling. I mean, they might have it out there. It's 2022. So you gotta put the mugs on one by one. Well, I gotta put them on one by one. So it takes a little time. But if I'm not doing bling, it wouldn't take me long just to regularly polish it. But it's crazy how it takes me the same amount of time to refill and put a full set on, which is about a 2-hour time frame. And the reason why I think it's like that, because when I'm going in and doing this refill, I got to do a lot of cleaning up. I got to take off the old polish, the bling if I had it on. I got to do all that. Versus if I'm doing a full set, I'm kind of starting from scratch, you know. Although I got to put tips on. I have not did a full set sculpting myself, but that video is in the making. I don't know when I'll do that, but I want to do it. And when I say sculpt, if you're not familiar with it, it's when you use the forms instead of a artificial tip. That's what I use in the video with the cow print. My ultimate goal is to start doing all sculpting and do away with the tips. That's my ultimate goal. I mean, the tips been good to me. I'm not gonna lie. And I like to just go like that, especially a refill and some that I've been wearing for months. I just like to make all that smooth, right? Yeah, like I was saying with the tips, man, those tips, you know, you got some sizes that everybody need the number 4 and the number 5. That's my most common numbers. The 1, 2, 3, all the rest of the numbers, you got like boxes and boxes of those. You don't use that too often. And like the number 10s, I mean, who fingers is that skinny? And the number of zeros, who fingers are that wide? Granted, you might use one here and there, but not like the 4, 5s, and 6s. Sometimes I have to put a little bit more speed on my thumb especially with my non-dominant hand. And I think it's just the way that I control it. But hey, I'll do what I gotta do. So as you can see, it's like being all stubborn. And it's usually like that when the speed is not high enough. But I'm doing the same like I did, going in around my cuticle to make sure everything is flush. But you don't want to hold it down because you will create friction, which will create heat, and you're going to feel it. You never want to keep the drill down in one spot. And so to get that bulk off, I'm just going to go, that bulk off, I'm just going to go down like that. Alright. So I got that one down like I want. And the same once I got it. Alright. I don't know why my middle finger's always blues. Ah! See? I just did what I told y'all don't do. My middle fingers always be like the ugliest to me. Now I'm gonna go in with this buffing block. I forgot what number it is because the one I used to use was making my nails too smooth. And when you have too smooth of a nail, your polish, even though I use gel polish, will not stick. It will start to peel. It will make it very easy for it to peel off. So this buffer is a little bit the grit is not so fine. So it kind of go in and it do what it need to do, but not leaving you such a smooth finish. It's not rough neither, but it's just making a little grip for the polish. And I always go back and I catch my edges because I just think the way I file, I might be cheating myself on my edges. All right. The look I'm gonna do is gonna be with this color in the color Fiji and Flamingo. All right. So what I'm gonna do is this finger right here, my ring finger, is going to be bling. So I'm going to go in and polish that one in the color Flamingo. I'm going to polish this whole one. And I'm only going to do one coat, and that's for my background. All right. All right, now the rest, just follow my lead. I am going to paint half. Did I say follow my lead? I mean, I'm painting that half. So I'm doing them half and half. Give it a little ombre look, okay? I just noticed that this particular polish come off real heavy. So I wipe my brush off a lot. So I'm not going in for a full coverage nail. And I'm choosing to go with the lighter color first because you'll see why, the way I'm going to do it. All right. So I'm going to go in with one of my cleaning brushes with a little bit of acetone just to clean up whatever I got on the skin before I cure. All right, so this is how we looking so far. So then I'm going with the next color, which is Fiji by Gel Bottle. Now the ring finger gonna stay this color. It's going right on top of it. Don't have to be perfect, okay? Don't have to be perfect. If I touch the other color, I'll go ahead and wipe it off. But that's why I went with the darker color first. I mean, I went with the lighter color first. And I don't even know if you can see the difference with the light. This one is a little bit heavy. It's hard trying to polish in the camera. Because I jump out of camera range right now. I'm sorry, y'all. All right. So look. All right. So look. Now I'm going to go in with my ombre brush. And I'm just going to go in right in the middle, in the center where the colors join. I'm just blending it. That's it. When it get too heavy, I'm going to wipe it with a napkin. And all I'm doing is blending it down the center. All right. I'm gonna let that dry, and I'm gonna go back in with my second coat, same thing. Okay, we got all fingers done. Now we're gonna go in with the bling, and I'm going to use a iridescent color. Okay, iridescent color, and I use this bling glue, and it's very pricey, but I love it. I am gonna try this one that I seen on YouTube a couple of weeks ago, but not until this one runs out. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it lasts like a really long time. So let's see. All right. So I'm gonna do some around this cuticle. And I just use a little dotting tool when I just need like a little bit, you know. And then I have this little wax pen. I'll be trying to make sure it's in the even zone. And I always make it difficult for myself picking it up on the opposite side. This part is the part is picks up on, but I love to be challenging to myself, I guess. So I'm just going in with a little something. All right, let me just check on this and see if this is something that I want to do. Yeah, in fact, I think I'm going to put a little bit more glue here and there and bring it all the way. A little drop there. All right. I think I'm pretty satisfied with that. Yeah. I'll be having to check it out and make sure that it's even to my liking, you know. I'll be having to look at it all kind of angles. Okay, we could roll with it. So what I do is I flash cure it just to make sure that everything don't move. Okay. Now, This one is going to be all the way blinged out. So I'm going to go in with a brush and pick up a good amount. And just make sure that this whole nail is covered. And like I said, I put that background color only to camouflage the back. You know, that way that color could hit in between, underneath. So alright, I got that full one covered. Now for this one, I'm going to go in with not so small, not so large. And I don't know why I always start in the center. I put me like a few, and then I start working around. I love me a full bling nail, but baby, you gotta have time. And my thing is, what I've experienced over the 2 years I've been doing nails, like people will want this, but think that it's gonna take like 1 minute. Like people are so impatient. Some people are so impatient. They want the look, but don't want to sit through it. So you have to be patient. When you want something like this, you have to be patient. People say like, oh, well, I'm gonna get something like that. How long that's gonna take? That's the next question. Long. You want it or no? I ain't gonna lie. When I used to go to the nail shop, I always made sure I had time, because I don't want them people rushing messing me up. I'm gonna top this up too. I don't want them people rushing messing me up. They already be rushing as it is. So I don't want to give them an indication that I'm in a hurry. So I want people to take their time and do me right. Well, I used to want people to do it. I'm so happy I could do my own nails. But I never was the confrontational type when I was go to the nail shop, because I'm just not that type of person. Well, like, out loud. But in my head, I'm that type of person. Like, in my head, I am dogging you out to the highest level. In my head, I am saying so much about you and what I would do to you in my head. But, you know, I sit through it and you'll never know. I used to be saying, he is messing me up. I would be looking at him in pure disgust. But my face, I'm sure I was smiling, because they would have probably called 911 if they would have saw what I was thinking. But yeah. I used to get in the car and just look at my nails like, look at this. Just look at this. But didn't say a word to them people. Well, actually, one time I did. And I was forced to. I was really forced to. He was doing my nails, and it was starting to look like toes. And I was up there saying all kind of stuff in my head. Like, all kind of evil thoughts in my head. Like, this man is messing me. Just look at this. He is messing me up. And I don't know if it was the owner or whatever, whoever he was. He came, stood like right there. And he just stood up there and just looked at him. And when he didn't say nothing, because you know how they start talking in their language. When he didn't say anything, that's when I felt played. Right there is when I felt played. So I said, ugly, huh? He said, I fixed for you. When he said he will fix for me, he knew. I knew. At that point, I knew I was getting jack. And I had to go to work. I went that morning because I had to go to work at 10:30. So I was like one of the first ones. That what I get won't be first. They had their coffee hadn't kicked in or whatever the case. Or they woke up on the wrong side of the bed. But you know, I had to go. I was going to be working 10:30 to 9 that night. 10:30 in the morning to 9 that night. So when I got off, everything was going to be closed. And I had needed a refill on my nails done. Cause sometimes I used to like get refills all the time. I used to pluck them off and get a full set. But I was like, I have to go to work. They were so ugly. The man was so nice. He said, you come, what time you get off? Come when you get off. I say, when I get off, y'all gonna be closed. I get off at 9. He was like, in the morning, you come in the morning. I'll do you in the morning. I say, I'll be here for 9. So I had to go back the next day and let this man redo what his worker should have done. They were so wide. He had to shave the mugs down so, I mean, he put in work. I mean, it was a little procedure. It was a little one-day procedure my nails went through. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and finish blinging this nail out. And let that cure, because I jumped into a whole story time, baby. Sometimes I get a little fancy and I pick up more than one at one time. Then I be thinking I'm doing something and boom. So for the most part, I try to stick with the same size. But you know, as you get down to your shape, it gets different. And that's when I go in and I use what I need to use at that point. But in this case, I think I'm going to pretty much leave just like this. Let me just look at it good. Nope. I got like a humongous gap in one. Well, it's not humongous, but because it's not going to take this size, so I'm going to put a small one right there. Put a small one right there. So also when I do full bling, I got to make sure that I kept my shape. And then boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I have everything all done now. And I'm going to go in with this little cuticle oil that I like to use. Smells really, really good. It's California mango. I got it from my local Sally's.
Girl, she ain't going to Atlanta.
Yes, I am.
Oops. I forgot I was watching a YouTube video. My bad. So I got all my cuticle oil on it. I do go in and moisturize mine. Alright. Alrighty, we have the finished product, okay? There you have it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me while I create this look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment in the comment section if you have anything you would like to say about those, or any ideas or suggestions that will help me improve. If you've seen that there's something that will work out better, give this video a like. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. Until my next video, bye-bye.